All right, so Joseph Caldwell here, subjugator of change. I just pulled into the gym, getting ready to grab a workout in after dropping my son off at school. And I got up this morning a little bit later than normal, probably 4:15 or so, and got a couple hours of work in. But one thing I was thinking about this morning as I was getting some work in is that you hear a lot, starve your fear, feed your faith, but I don't hear that. Feed your faith is kind of ambiguous. Ambiguous. Oh shit. Uh, no, that's funny. That's real life right there. See, anybody can be successful, even half-wits. So ambiguous. Oh, there we go. Ambiguous. I should have left it like that. That's funny. You would know anyone can be successful. So, but go back to feed your faith. It's a big thing now, and it has been forever. People talking about that. It sounds great. Don't feed your fear. Walk by faith, not by sight. So the opposite of fear is sight, or whatever. So here's what I want to do. I want to give you something practical this morning on what you feed your faith. Okay. Here's what faith is starving for. Faith is not starving for you to read a book. I'm big into reading. I'm big into changing. I'm big into growing. I am big into personal development. Okay. But what faith is starving for is action. Faith lives off of action. All right, so I live in the Bible Belt where people talk about this all the time, about faith all the time, right? And you gotta have faith. Really, your faith is so dead, I wouldn't even know that there was such a thing as faith in you, because you feed it nothing. And they go, well, I go to church. I show up to, I go to work. I go to whatever. Here's the thing. If you want whatever you want, okay, let's say you want a better marriage, okay, and you have faith in your marriage, then what you better do is feed that faith action. So what does that look like? Maybe it looks like asking your spouse out on a date and going and not being a jerk. And how about holding them, being sweet to them? How about, you see what I'm saying? Action steps. Not I need to do something that I have to do it, and then do it, right? And so let's see, what does faith look like for a salesman? Because I work with sales guys, right? And I is one. So what does faith look like? Phone calls. Cold calls. Walking in the door. What does faith look like? Right? What does it feel like? You may have fear, but if you take action, the actions, that phone call, that is feeding your faith. Understand? I hope that makes sense. Action is the platter. It is the buffet for faith. Faith shows up and gets fat off of action, right? So feed your faith. People say starve your fear. Well, what does it mean to starve your fear? Starve your fears. I'll tell you what it means. Quit feeding your fear in action. Fear shows up and eats stagnation. Eats, I didn't do anything, right? It's a big platter of I hauled off and did nothing, right? That's what fear shows up and eats at the dinner table every day, right? And so if you feed your fear in action, guess what? Fear gets bigger, and you do less, and you accomplish less, and then guess what? You get to blame somebody else for your failure. You get to go, sales, man, that's a tough racket. I was a salesman once. I promise you didn't make 100, 150, 200 phone calls in a day, every day, until it started clicking. You didn't do that. You didn't do initial appointments. You didn't do 10 a day every day until things started clicking, right? That didn't happen. You didn't feed your faith, right? You may have made one phone call and then got your lunch eaten, and then you were scared to do it, and you didn't make that next phone call, and guess who ate? Fear ate. Fear ate a big fat sandwich when you didn't do it, and took up residence right beside you and then inside you. Oof. All right, that's all I got today. Peace out. The subjugator of change.